Hey everyone, I have the new spring stuff from Nars. Their new spring stuff is all pink and gray kind of and just really pretty. I have all of it on today that I did pick up already, and I finally did it. I ran my husband out of this room. He doesn't have his computers back here and all his big chair and his big desk and all that. So this is just a makeup room now. I love it. He moved all of his stuff into the study. I do have my Mac computer that I do all my photo or all of my video editing on back here, and I'm going to get a better looking desk to put that on. So I'll show you my setup when I get it a little more set up. That should be this weekend. Let me show you this new stuff from Nars. I have in my next video some really nice foundation. It is changing my skin. It is skin and life changing. I'll tell you about that. But first, Nars Spring. I was so excited when I saw this come out because it's got a lot of pink in it and some nude and some gray, and I thought it was really nice spring themed makeup. And I have on today the pieces that I picked up. So I have two of the Velvet Shadow Sticks from Nars. I have both of those on today. I have their highlighting blush. This one is called Frioul. I have that on today. And I will show you this lovely, lovely lip lacquer, a pink I can actually wear. I'm afraid of pinks, and I can actually wear it. This is a beautiful lip lacquer that's part of their spring collection. There are two other colors that are more of a nude. I may be getting those because I like this one so much. So here is how I put these Velvet Shadow Sticks on today. I found out a technique on how to put these on after much trial and error over the last few days. I've been very frustrated with these, and now I know how to put them on. This may apply to all sort of cream shadow sticks. I don't know, but it's working pretty well with these. Let me show you these on the back of my hand. First of all, we have sort of this silvery color here, and it is called, pardon my French on these because I do not speak French. This one's called Galice, and it's sort of just a really silver. These are quite glittery. They're soft. They do spread around pretty easily, but then they set up really quick. So you have to be quick, and if you make a mistake, you have to put more on and then smudge over your mistake. That's another thing I learned about these Velvet Shadow Sticks. I've never really used these before, but I'm not a big fan of the whole cream shadow thing or the shadow stick thing. I just like a good old powder shadow in a pot. That's just my thing. This almost has a greenish silver cast to it. Highly metallic, not super opaque, especially when you sort of pat it around, move it around. It becomes quite sheer and light, streaky even, especially with this deeper one I'm about to show you. Next color is called Frioul, and it is an odd color. I thought at first it was just a dark pewter, but it is actually a purple, sort of purple pewter gray, deep gray. This one is very patchy in its coloring. You can see that, and in its consistency. So what I really had to work with this one. I really had to apply a couple of coats of it, move it around, and then it really shears out. You kind of have to blend it to get that streakiness out, and then you have to put another coat on if you want it a little deeper. So the way that I put these on today, I applied first of all to my eyelid a primer, just an everyday normal. I used a Milani primer, a normal lid primer, and then I really powdered it. I used a powder, just a normal setting powder, dabbed that on with a brush and really set that primer. And then I put these on. I put the silver on first, and I'm applying that around. I'm dabbing it all around. I didn't find that these would work with a brush at all. That's another thing I tried this past week, and it has not worked out. This has been the best method. And then I started on the Frioul, and I put that in my outer corner and started to draw it up into the crease as well. So I applied that first. It looks pretty heavy and harsh. And then I took my finger and started blending that around as best I could. Now it sets up quick, so you have to move quickly. And if you make a mistake, you have to put a little bit more on and sort of blend out that mistake. So it was not real easy figuring out how to do these. If you put them on just a bare lid, they're very thin, oily, kind of streaky. They don't adhere very well. The way I've got them on now with that sort of set primer, I am not getting any creasing at all, and they're setting very well onto my lid. So that's how you have to use those Velvet Shadow Sticks. Next, the highlighting blush. This is so pretty. Frioul, this one is called. Why they called it a highlighting blush, I was really confused by the whole highlighting blush term. So I put it on my cheek today thinking it's going to be a very light pink highlighter. It's not going to really be a blush. I'm going to have to put a separate blush on. But if you look at it in the pan, it has so much color to it that I'm like, that's not really a highlighter for me. That's not going to be a highlighter for me. It is going to be more of a blush for me. Maybe it highlights itself. Maybe it's a very shiny blush, and that's what it turned out to be. But I thought it is definitely not just a highlighter. It is definitely a blush for me. Let me show you on the back of my hand. You can see how shiny it is. Look at how shiny it is. So what I think they mean by highlighting blush is that it is a blush that sort of highlights itself, because look at the shine on it. So when I put it on in a minute, you'll see as I'm putting it on my cheek, it highlights. It's a very shiny blush. It is not a matte, and really you wouldn't have to wear highlighter with it, but I put highlighter on top of it because I like my highlighter to be crazy, right? I actually used Goddess of Faith. This is one of the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Highlighters. I absolutely love these. So metallic. So I put that on top, just along my highlighter area. But this blush is very shiny, but it has a lot of pigment. Now I think on someone as pale as me, you're going to be able to use it as a blush. Anyone any deeper than me, you could probably use it as a highlighter because it is so shiny and it is so light in color, but it has enough color to it that someone pale like me is going to need to use it as a blush. It does give a lot of color to the cheek. You can see how much nice pinkness there is there. I think it's the perfect blush for me. The lip lacquer, I love this. I love the packaging. You have the color right there so you can see what you're putting on. The color is called Summer Fire. This is a sort of a warmish pink, but it is like a lacquer. It's not a gloss, and it's metallic. Can you see how metallic it is? Now, you might think it's just looking creamy on my lip, but it is actually a silver kind of metallic to it, not glitter, but a silver shine. Now, for some reason, this is really sitting well. The color is sitting well on my lips. I don't usually wear pink lipstick. It just doesn't look right on me. But for some reason, this color is wearing well for me. A nice, thick, opaque lacquer. You can maybe see the metallicness a little bit better on the back of my hand here. Up toward the top there, maybe you can see that sort of metallicness. I was shocked about the metallic. I didn't think it was a very metallic lipstick. I thought it was just a cream lip. Very pretty. I have been struggling with this Wet n Wild Gothographic stuff. They have these liquid eyeshadows. They have a liquid lip product. I haven't tried this out yet, but they have a loose highlighting powder. That looks really pretty. Look at that. So I'm still struggling with these. They are coming out really odd on me. This one comes out really nice and opaque. The rest of them are a streaky, horrible mess. I mean, I can't build them. I can't do anything with them. So I'm going to continue to try to, maybe this technique I did today with the primer and then really setting it with powder, maybe that'll help those out. But I'm going to continue to try to work with those, and here's the highlighter for it. Try to work with those and get a video done on those. I do have a fantastic sort of mind-blowing new foundation to show you guys from It Cosmetics. It's kind of changing my skin. Here's the, let me show you this poor Wet n Wild. This one is such a, look at that color. But I opened it up and it is the streakiest yuck mess. I mean, all these spring things are coming out, driving me crazy. I have ordered the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, as well as the new highlighter she put out. It is gold, gold, gold. It looks so tempting in the package. I'm just drooling, even though I'm not a huge gold fan. It is so beautiful. That's on order and that's coming soon. I have a new contouring palette from Tom Ford. I've tried these before and they haven't worked out, but this one looks like it's gonna work. And I'm waiting on the Pat McGrath Labs palettes. I'm waiting for everything to be released next week and the week after that. All these things are being released. I'm just sitting here bored and waiting for those. So I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.